Hey, good morning to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jesus is Lord. Thank God the word works. Now I got to go back over here to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Got some folks really upset. Religion is wrong. And when you share the word, it messes up religion. Some folks get real upset. So let's go back over here and notice exactly what they said. Because you're going to have what you say. Thou art snared by your words. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered the king. This is verse 16 out of the 3rd chapter. And they said, O King Nebuchadnezzar, reading it, we're not careful to answer thee in this matter. In other words, we're not going to take the care. It doesn't bother us what you think. We're not careful. It doesn't worry us. We're not even going to be careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. Now that's what got the king so upset, because they wasn't paying him any attention, and they're making their decree of faith. But if not, I'm reading verse 16, 17, and 18 of chapter 3. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able, and he will deliver us. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship that golden image which thou hast set up. Listen, go read it. If it be so that you decide to throw us in the fiery furnace, our God is able, and he will deliver us. But if it's not so, if you decide not to throw us in there, one way or the other, if you throw us in the fire, we're going to come out, not serve you gods. If you decide not to throw us in the fire, we're still not going to serve you gods. That's what got the king so upset. Wasn't that they say, well, we're willing to not bow, and therefore not burn. And, preachers preach it that way. If you're not going to bow, you're not going to burn. Didn't say that. They said, if you throw us in the fire, we ain't going to serve you gods. If you don't throw us in the fire, we ain't going to serve you gods. One way or the other, our God is able, and he will deliver us. And that's what got the king so upset. The next verse says that when they said that, then was King Nebuchadnezzar full of fury. I mean, he got bent out of shape, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, because he was using them in his service. Now he changed against them, and he commanded that they should heat the furnace up 7 times hotter than ever before. But now, what caused the 4th man, which some people think could have been Jesus, and it may have been, or an archangel, doesn't matter to me, whichever one it was, which one showed up was sent to deliver them. But what caused that was their words. You just have to get this. If it be so, king, if you decide to throw us in that furnace, our God is able. But they didn't leave it there. A lot of believers kind of leave it there. Our God is able. Yes, he's able, but he's willing, and he will deliver us. Pat and I were sitting out on the front porch just a few minutes ago. You can see it's still quite light out there. Sunday afternoon here. We got 2 little bird feeders. In fact, you might even actually see them in the background. And we've got about 15 or 20 little hummingbirds. This is the time of the year that they're fattening up to get ready to make their trip down south. We just enjoy watching those little hummingbirds come and get the food. Now watch this. We provided the food, but they have to come and get it. Oh, dear Lord, I wasn't planning on preaching on this today. I wanted to go over to the book of Daniel chapter 7 or 8 and deal with Daniel being thrown in the lion's den. It's out there, but they got to get it. Okay, did you get that? God's blessings are for me, but I got to go get it. With his stripes I was healed. He sent his word and healed me, but I have to go take it, get it, or receive it. The words that brought the 4th man, the powerful supernatural deliverance into that hot fire, was the words that they said. If it be so, if you don't throw us in the fire, it's okay. We're not going to serve you gods. But if it be so, and you throw us in the fire, it's okay. Because our God is able, and our God will deliver us out of thy hand. And that's what got Nebuchadnezzar so upset. You think you can change the words of the king? You most certainly can if you're talking about the power of God and the words of the Spirit. So watch this, that great supernatural deliverance. Let me go down here and read this. So Nebuchadnezzar came the next day after they'd been thrown in that fire, and it says, and these three men, verse 23, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king rose up and was astonished. I'm reading verse 24. Rose up in haste and said unto his counselors, did we not cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see four men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. Supernatural deliverance. They have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come forth, come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire. Look at verse 27. The princes, the governors, the captains, and all the king's counselors came together and saw supernatural deliverance. Saw these men upon whose bodies the fire, not one, whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed upon them. Supernatural deliverance. Somebody says, oh, you know, this pandemic, this coronavirus, and you know, the financial situation is terrible. It's not going to affect me because I say my God supplies my needs according to his riches and glory. Not going to come on me because I say Psalm 91, no plague shall come nigh my dwelling. Your words, goodness, I wish I could make this more plain. Your words will cause supernatural deliverance for you. Their words were, if you're going to throw us in, we're not going to serve you, God, because our God is able and he will deliver us. But if you decide not to, that's all right. We're still not going to serve your old gods because that's just the way it is. And the king got bent out of shape. So if you need supernatural deliverance in your life today, guard your mouth. Watch what you say. It's one thing to say food's out there. Little birds can say one to another, a bunch of food out there. It's another thing to say, whoop, I'm going to go get it. And they're almost fighting over each other, just, you know, storming around, bushing one off from the other because they're going to get theirs. Now watch this, and I'm not trying to be ugly, and if it makes you mad, well, go repent and get over it. I'm going to get mine. If there's anybody in the whole world gets his healing, it's going to be me because the food's there. He's already sent his word and healed me. It's already provided. And God said to Joshua, I believe it was, how long will you be slack to go in and possess the land which I've already given you? If there's anybody gets $1 million, it's going to be Frank. Somebody says, well, you don't need it. Not a matter of need. Some of those birds is just as fat as they can be, fatter than the others, but they're still feeding because it's there. Saints, get a hold of this. Supernatural deliverance comes after what you say. So guard what you say the right thing, you'll receive the right thing, and remember God's looking for somebody to show himself strong in their behalf. Hey, so until I'm with you tomorrow, you remember all day, Jesus is Lord, your Lord. Your words control your outcome, and what you got to do is know the word works and work it.